So you drop a glass on the floor, it shatters, and, a physicist points at it and says, there it is, gravity, cause and effect. It's just so clean.
Right, yeah. Very Newtonian. It's broken or not broken. We're sort of taught that we're just walking through this completely fixed, solid universe.
Exactly. But if you dive into the sources we're looking at today, well, that rigid reality completely dissolves.
Totally.
Yeah, so for this deep dive, we are synthesizing ancient Hermetic philosophy, specifically the Kybalion, alongside, new thought pioneers like Neville Goddard, and even modern quantum physics. And our mission here is to give you a concrete list of principles from these texts to actively engineer a better daily life.
Which is huge, because if you look at the Kybalion, which is this foundational text of ancient Egyptian and Greek philosophy, its very first premise is, well, the all is mind.
Yeah.
Everything is literally a mental creation.
Right.
And honestly, what blows my mind is how 20th century physics ended up right in that exact same backyard.
You mean with John Archibald Wheeler, right?
Yes, exactly. So Wheeler was this theoretical physicist who looked at things like the double slit experiment. That's where subatomic particles literally change their behavior just because they are being observed.
Oh, wow.
Right. And from that, he proposed this idea of the participatory universe.
Yeah.
He argued that we don't just watch the universe, our conscious observation actually brings it into being.
Which is wild, but it makes total sense if you think about it like a video game engine.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, like a massive open world game doesn't render the entire planet at once. That would completely crash the system. It only renders the specific trees, shadows, and buildings when your player's camera points at them.
I love that analogy. You aren't just passively walking through some pre-existing level.
No, exactly.
Your focus, your questions, your attention, they literally command the environment to construct itself right around you.
Right. So the implication here for your daily life is just massive. If physical reality is heavily influenced by your consciousness, you hold this ultimate architectural power over your life.
You're the developer, essentially.
Exactly. But, okay, let's be real for a second. When someone is having a terrible day, they can't just, think their way into a rendered paradise instantly.
Oh, for sure. That's where people get so stuck.
Yeah, like if I'm stuck in a really dark headspace, the game engine's just going to keep rendering monsters.
Right, and that's exactly why people get frustrated.
Yeah.
They try to just leap from total despair straight to joy. But the Kybalion actually introduces this principle of polarity.
Okay, what's that?
Well, it says that opposites, like heat and cold or, joy and despair, are actually just varying degrees of the exact same thing on a single pole.
Oh, interesting. And New Thought philosophy really takes this concept and makes it super practical, right?
Exactly.
Like the teachings of Abraham Hicks map this out as an emotional guidance scale. But I have to be honest, I look at that and part of me really wants to push back.
How do you mean?
Well, isn't this just like forced toxic positivity? Just plaster a smile on and vibrate higher?
Not at all. I mean, it's actually about emotional precision.
Yeah.
Your subconscious totally knows when you're faking it.
Right, you can't trick it.
Exactly. So the strategy isn't to jump from fear to joy. It's to find a thought that is just, say, 2% lighter.
Oh, okay. So if you're in deep despair, moving to anger actually feels like relief.
Precisely. Because anger actually has more kinetic energy than despair. It's movement.
Right.
And then, from anger, you slide to frustration. From frustration, you might finally reach just neutrality. You really have to climb the ladder authentically, rung by rung.
That makes so much more sense. And then once you hit neutrality, the rendering engine is stable again. That's when you can actually start building.
Exactly.
Which brings us to Neville Goddard. He was this prominent mystic from the mid-20th century, and he talks about the law of assumption.
Right, which is huge.
Yeah. He argued it's not about wishing for something in the future. Wishing actually implies lack. Instead, you have to literally assume the feeling of the wish already fulfilled right now.
But we have to look at how that actually changes the physical world. I mean, are we talking about literal magic here, or is there a mechanical reason this works?
Right. It's not magic. It really comes down to how your subconscious mind filters reality. Your subconscious doesn't argue with you.
No, it just takes orders.
Exactly. It accepts whatever intense feeling you impress upon it as absolute truth. When you genuinely feel you already have the promotion or the relationship, your brain's reticular activating system literally shifts.
Oh, wow. So it starts highlighting opportunities, behaviors, and paths in your environment that were totally invisible to you before.
Yes. Your actions and energy align to make that assumed reality physical. But, and here's the catch, and I really struggle with this, how do you detach from the outcome if you want it so badly?
That's a great question.
Because, like, if I'm intensely feeling the reality of having $1 million, aren't I just constantly reminding myself I don't actually have it in the bank?
Well, that's because we often confuse detachment with apathy.
Yeah.
Genuine detachment is actually a profound trust.
Wait, trust in what?
Trust that it's already done. When you truly, deeply feel the satisfaction of the end result in your imagination, you no longer feel a desperate need for immediate physical proof.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you've already experienced the joy of it internally. So the desperate grasping just sort of fades away.
You don't need the outside world to validate it anymore.
Exactly.
That is so powerful. So if we look at our daily toolkit for the listener, it's really three things.
Let's recap them.
First, recognize your mental focus as the video game engine that is actively rendering your world. Second, when things go dark, use the emotional ladder to climb out gradually, like no fake positivity allowed.
Right, rung by rung.
And finally, don't wish for a better life. Live in the feeling that it's already here and just let your subconscious connect the dots.
It completely changes how you view every single interaction.
Hmm.
I mean, think about it. If your consciousness is the only door through which reality passes, what new reality is standing right outside your door right now, just waiting for you to invite it in?
I love that. So next time you drop that glass, just remember, reality isn't some heavy, unchangeable object bound by cold physics. It's unrendered code. And the gravity of your situation is entirely up to you.